What's up, everybody? Weston here with the Hidden Gibbon, back with another daily deck tech video, and today we've got the last of the Elder Dragons from the upcoming Strixhaven set. We've got Quandrix the Proof, and we're going to be going through. This one's going to be, again, a bit higher budget, because I like to see how powerful we can make these. Of course, feel free to make them their own, as always. If you feel that I'm doing a good job with these deck techs, feel free to subscribe, but only if you feel I've earned it. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. So who is Quandrix the Proof? Quandrix the Proof here is a 6/6/4/6 with flying, trample, has Cascade, and then instant sorcery spells you cast from your hand have Cascade. So Cascade, when you cast a spell, you reveal cards from the top of your library. You reveal one with lesser mana cost, exile it, and then you can cast the spell for free. The rest go on the bottom of your library. And so what we want to do with this is, we're going to be casting big mana spells. Try to do what we can and win in a few different ways. But Quandrix here is a 6-drop. And although I was incredibly harsh on Prismari for, being a 7-cost Izzet commander, we're in Simic today. And 6 in Simic is not difficult at all. It is very easy to ramp out 6 easy problems. So we shouldn't have as many problems with that. It having flying and trample obviously is pretty strong. And I do like how this alternate art for Prismari, or sorry, not Prismari, Quandrix, it reminds me of the original Nicol Bolas art where he's in a library reading. Same sort of vibes there. So how are we going to do today? We have ourselves Jace, Wielder of Mysteries. It's a 4 loyalty planeswalker for more Spark. He is 1 generic, triple blue, and if you would draw a card while your library has no cards in it, you win the game. So this is one of our win conditions. You can also have target player mill the top 2 cards of their library, and then you get to draw a card. And then you can -8 to draw 7 cards, and if there are no, if your library has no cards in it, you win the game. All right. Now for our creatures, we've got some big Chungus and we got some little Chungus, and let's talk about what we all have here. So we do have Apex Devastator in here. It does cost 10. So in casting this, when you have your Quandrix in play, it will already get to Cascade, but on it, it also has Cascade, 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 Cascade. And with it being a 10-drop, there's only one other card in the entire deck that is a 10-drop for creatures anyway. And so you're going to be able to hit most of the things in deck. It's in here to just splash out lots. Again, we are in green and blue, so plenty of ways to get this out. We have Archmage of Runes, your instants and sorceries. You control cast 1 less, and whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, you draw a card. This is good both for your big spells and then for ramp spells that will be running as well. Getting card value in addition to land value off of ramp spells is really good. We do have a bunch of mana dorks in here because we have big Chungus spells, and we need to have a backup plan if we can't Cascade, right? So we do have Elvish Mystic, Findhorn Elves, Land of War Elves, and Birds of Paradise in here, as well as Tireless Provisioner, which drops a food or treasure into play. So consider that kind of a mana dork. Then we have Hullbreaker Horror. This spell can't be countered whenever you cast a spell. This includes spells cast off of Cascade. You can return target spell you don't control to its own hand, and you can return target non-land permanent to it. We have Emoti, Celebrant of Bounty. It costs 5, it's a 3/1, and spells, it has Cascade, and then spells you cast with mana value 6 or greater also have Cascade. We have Coma, the World Eater. So these are, we have a combo route, and then we have ourselves a Chungus route to win, and Coma is part of the Chungus route, right? He is a 7-drop, 8/12, can't be countered. Trample, Ward 4. The can't be countered is really good because you can Cascade into him, and then nobody can stop it from at least hitting the battlefield. And Ward 4 is nothing but Polecat. Then whenever Coma deals combat damage to a player, create 4 3/3 blue Serpent Creature. Coma's Coil. We have Palancron in here. Palancron is in here with High Tide, so that way we can turn our islands into tapping for more than 1 island, or 1 blue mana, and this is a way to generate mana. We do have Rashmi, Eternity Crafter, which is whenever you cast your first spell each turn, reveal the top card of your library, and then you may cast it without paying its mana cost if it's a spell with lesser mana value. So say you cast your Hullbreaker Horror. Look at the top card. You can reveal the top card of your library, and if it's less than 7, you get to cast it free. If you don't, put it into your hand. So it's a way to refill your hand as well. We have Regal Behemoth, which is a 6-drop, 5/5, and when it enters the battlefield, you become the Monarch. Always a fan of becoming the Monarch. And whenever you tap a land for mana while you're the Monarch, add an additional 1 mana. And of course, for those of you who do not know, the Monarch is an emblem that you get. It lets you draw a card at the end of your turn, which is a weird time to be drawing a card. But if somebody hits you, they become the Monarch. If you hit them, you can take it back. We have Shardless Agent, Cascade for 3. This one's going to be a little bit more narrow. It will only hit a few spells, mostly ramp spells, in deck or your mana door. We have Spark Double, so that it can enter in as a clone of any of your big legendary Chungus. Then we have the Dawning Archaic. Figured I'd try this one out in here. It seems a bit niche, but we will see. It costs 1 less to cast for each instant sorcery card in your graveyard. It has reach, and whenever it attacks, you may cast target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. If that spell would be put into your graveyard, exile instead. We then have Regular Coma. Oh my, hard to read with these screenshot cards. But it's 6/6 for 6, can't be countered. At the beginning of each upkeep, make a Serpent, 3/3. And then you can sacrifice 1 to tap target permanent. Its activated abilities can't be activated this turn, and Monstrous Serpent gains Indestructible. Tireless Provisioner, we already went over. And then we have Ulamog, the Defiler, which is when you cast this spell, target opponent exiles half their library rounded up. As ward, sack 2 permanents. Ulamog, the Defiler, enters the battlefield with a number of counters equal to the greatest mana value among not just the ones it exiled, but any card in exile. And then Ulamog has Annihilator X, where X is the number of 1. For our sorceries, you're going to see a splash between our ramp and our enormous, very good spells. So we do have Cultivate in here. We have Kodama's Reach. We have Open the Way, Skyshroud Claim, Nature's Lore, Rampant Growth, and Farseek, as well as Tempt with Discovery. For ramp, and as well as Lessons from Life, which has Ninja Turtles playing Magic the Gathering on it, which lets you draw 3 cards and you may put a land card from your hand on the battlefield. Okay, so pretty good there, pretty good. Now, the rest of our cards in here are very big, and they cascade, obviously, with our Quandrix. So we have Enter the Infinite, draw cards equal to the number of cards in your library. Friends, don't do this unless you have that Jason play. Then put a card from your hand on top of your library. You have no maximum hand size until your next turn. This is going to be like your combo piece, right? You have this and you have Jason play, and then you draw another card and you just... We have Expropriate. Starting with you, each player votes for time or money. By the way, this is a bracket 4 because we have extra turn spells. Time or money. Anybody who voted money chooses a permanent they own, and you get it. Anybody who chose time, you get to take an extra turn. Yep, that's pretty good. We have Mind's Desire. So since we're going to be cascading and playing a whole bunch of spells for free, we have Mind's Desire, which lets you shuffle your library, then exile the top card of your library, and until end of turn you can play that card without paying its mana cost, and it has Storm combo package here. We have Praetor's Council. Return all cards from your graveyard to your hand. Praetor's Council, exile Praetor's Council. You have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. This gets your stuff back to let you play stuff again. We have Seagate Restoration. Lets us draw cards equal to the number of cards in your hand plus 1. No maximum hand size, or you can play it for a land if you're having troubles. We have Temporal Manipulation. Take an extra turn. This one. Temporal Mastery. Take an extra turn. This one also has Miracle to it. We have Temporal Trespass. Delve, and you can take an extra turn. It, of course, exiles. Most of these extra turn spells happen to exile. We have Time Stretch. Take 2 extra turns. Time Warp, target player takes an extra turn. Don't get it misdirected on you, friends. We have Treasure Cruise for a little bit of draw. We have Wisdom of the Ages. Return all instant sorcery cards from your graveyard to your hand. You have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game, and then exile it. Also, that art is really, really cool. For instance, More ramp. We have Eureka Moment, which draws 2, puts a land into play, grows Spiral, draw, you can put a land in, Harrow, and Restoration. Which Entity Restoration gets you 2 basic lands after sacrificing 1, unless you have a creature greater, then you get 4, which, you know, is pretty easy to do when most of your stuff is big. We have Commandeer, which you can take control of a creature spell. Frantic Search for some draw. We have High Tide, like I said, it combos with Palinchron, Rapid Hybridization, and Pungify for just the tiniest bit of control. Nexus of Fate to take an extra turn. Sublime Epiphany, you can counter a spell. You can counter an activated ability. Return a non-land permanent to its hand. Create a token copy of a creature or draw a card. We also have Brain Freeze in here, which helps mill somebody out. You can also mill yourself. It has Storm. For artifacts, we have ourselves Aetherflux Reservoir. Since we're going to be playing a lot of spells, we couldn't get over 50 and be able to shotgun somebody out that way as well, in addition to our big beaters. So it's like a combo, right? Like you kill one person with Aetherflux Reservoir, kill one person by beating them down, kill one person by milling them out, that sort of thing, giving you multiple lines. Arcane Signet, Simic, and Soul Ring are all in here. Lotus Petal as well, and Lightning Greaves to protect Quandrix. Enchantments, we do have Omniscience. This lets us play everything for free. This is one of the things that we want to get in there first. We have Shark Typhoon, so whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you make a bunch of sharks, and Swarm Intelligence lets you copy. So, again, multiple lines to be able to get to victory. For lands, we are running Reliquary Tower because of the amount of cards that we draw. Unlike a lot of fellow Magic content creators, I do still believe in Tower. I do. We do have some cheap fetches in here, Fabled Passage, etc. Some of the little Simic lands and Tower, some basics. We also have Boseiju, so that way spells you cast can't be. If I was going to add a card in here, I would probably drop like maybe the Signet or the Aetherflux to put in Show and Tell. The Show and Tell's good with this, although you won't get a Cascade trigger. But that is the deck proper. Now, I forgot to open a tab. Or, let us look at some opening hands, shall we? So here we are. This is probably, you know, this first opening hand is not a good example here. We got one land. So we're gonna restart. Yep. So here we got 2, our 3 lands. You know, next turn we draw. So we put that for our turn 1. Turn. We drop this for our turn 2. Draw. Drop this for our turn 3. We're gonna drop Tireless Provisioner down there. Okay. Next turn. Drop our Flooded Grove. That we'll say that nets us a treasure. So that gets us to 5 mana already. So we could cast Rashmi for 4 here, which whenever you cast your first spell each turn, reveal the top card of your library. You can cast it if it's a spell with lesser mana value. I don't see any reason to not do that, so we can drop our Rashmi. That still has our treasure in there. Next turn, we can drop this. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 treasures, so we have 7. So now, honestly, as long as your opponent's not playing blue, I would try to power out your Quandrix. So when you power out your Quandrix, you get to order your thing. I would do the Cascade first, so you Cascade, etc. All right, so let's restart and see another hand. This one, again, a 1-land opening hand, which is really weird considering how many running. This one gets us a forest. Next turn, we can drop our Lotus Petal. Turn. We drop an island. We drop a Llanowar Elf in here, right? That's pretty simple. If you wanted to, you could crack your Lotus Petal to drop birds, but I wouldn't. Next turn, we drop our Boseiju. We can drop our Signet using the island and the Boseiju. Use our... I would then do Cultivate, doing that, and tap this, leaving 1 green up from this to allow you to play bird. And so you've dumped most of your hand, getting that out there, and you'd have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana available to drop. But that's some playtesting. Let me know what you think of the deck in the comments down below. As always, again, if you feel I've earned it, if you feel I'm doing a good job with these deck techs, feel free to subscribe. Again, you don't have to. And I really want to know if you've watched any of my discussion videos, how you're liking those. I should be having another budget options. I'm going to start doing those every Sunday. And then I've got a new series that I'm going to do on Saturday where I'm going to take all my card of the days for the week and then doing a weekly roundup of them for Saturdays, where going over the pros and cons of each of those cards and why you should or shouldn't play them. But, as always, I am Weston with the Hidden Gibbon, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.